All right, Shalawam, Shalawam. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Quadash. Secondly, I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders here at Great Millstone for teaching us this truth and who rule well. And Shalawam to the hopeful, humble, fearful, sincere elect of Yahakim across the four corners of this earth, pushing this word with all righteousness and sincerity. All right, it's your brother Kabad from GMS, South Carolina, just coming back with a quick little video through the power and the spirit of Yahawah Yahawashi this morning. Abaratazai is edifying and straight to the point. Abaratazai, that's Lord willing, in the Lashawam Kadash, the holy language of the ancient Paleo Hebrew. All right, and today we're just going to be reading a few verses from 1 Peter chapter 5, okay? Because you got a bunch of these clowns out here that don't give reverence or honors to the men that the Lord set up. All right, to the men that's Lord willing back in the same lot, pursuing back to Jeremiah 28:8. All right, about the prophets come back in the same lot, and I brought us out. We're those men, beginning with our apostles and our elders here at Great Millstone. We're those men that's in the same lot that was out there on the scene pushing the truth, that was out there on the scene warning the people, man. And that spirit of Isaiah 58:1, cry aloud and spare not. Okay, we look to be those men. But without further ado, let me start with our 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 1. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 1. The elders which are among you I exhort, whom am also an elder, and a witness of the suffering of Mashiach, and also a partaker of the glory that shall be revealed. Okay, and notice that at the end of the scripture it says the glory that shall be revealed. Now this is future prophecy of things that will be revealed. The glory that will be revealed is that when Yahawashi comes back on the scene, we look to be those men found, those faithful servants to the Lord, and the Lord placing His crown on our heads, man. The hopeful, humble, fearful, sincere elect, Akim. Okay, and now in this particular script it says, the elders which are among you I exhort. Now this is Apostle Paul right here. He was an elder himself, man. As we're reading this account, man, Apostle Paul, who walked with Yahawashi, and he said he witnessed the suffering of Yahawashi. All right, now how much more our apostles and our elders, we witnessed the suffering of Israel even to this day. That's why we're in a position where we're out here trying to blow the trumpet and wake up the hopeful elect, because at this point in time we're only worrying about the elect of Israel. Okay, we're not worrying about 2/3 of our people that just can't get it, that's stuck on stupid, all right, that don't want to receive it. Okay, and yes, we exhort our apostles and our elders, because why? They've labored in this thing, all right? The same way that on the scene when Apostle Paul and all the apostles that walked with Yahawashi, how they kept his name and kept his legacy alive, and they made sure that he wasn't forgotten in this world, because Esau, he almost thought he got away with it. He almost thought he got away with just burying the name of Yahawashi and just getting everybody under his vibration with Serapis. But hey, man, what? The spirit of the Lord is not going to tell a lie, man. It's not nothing to be fucked with. Excuse my French, man. Excuse my rude speech. But the spirit of the Lord is not a spirit to be fucked with. Just when Esau thought he was closing the so-called casket or putting the last bit of dirt on Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi, what did he do, man? He woke up his men. He got us back in that spirit, man. He put that light back on us, man. Even though his light never left the world. All right. I think that's in John 9:5, if I'm not mistaken, where Yahawashi says He is the light that's come into the world. Okay, and that light has never fizzled out as these elites wanted it to do, but it never happened, man. All right, but 1 Peter 5:1, the elders which are among you I exhort, and we exhort our apostles and our elders here at Great Millstone. Why? Because they labored in this truth, man. They dedicated their time and their effort, and they gave it all for Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi. Even like I said, they made basically a shortcut for the ones that came in after the year 2000, man. Because our apostles and our elders, man, when you listen to their videos, they had to go to these schools. Like when they was in that One West school, they would be in there for hours at a time, man. Now let's be real with ourselves, as I'm talking to myself first, to be to be under those type of studies and reading actual scrolls and scripts for 8-10 hours at a time, and that takes a lot of dedication, man. All right, and in this age that we're in now, we're in the age of information. Is easier for us, so we have to give double honors to our apostles and our elders, man, for laboring. All right, because men that labored that long, you think they did that just for fun? And you know what I'm saying? And relatively, our apostles and our elders, they're up in age, but they're still young. But think about it, 20-30 years ago when they was in their 20s and their 30s, man. All right. Hey, man, that's dedication for a young man to do, for a young man to take part in, man, to become an apostle and an elder. But hey, Barakatah Yahawah Bashem Yahawashi, for our apostles and our elders, man, who labored, All right, so because that made it where you witnessing men that truly believe in Yahweh Bashem Al Shai, which made us being the fruits, man. We believe, all right, we believe, all right, because in this account here it is. You have Apostle Paul. He actually was on the scene with Yahweh Shai. Now then, our apostles and our elders, they didn't see Yahweh Shai yet, but through faith they believe, as well as us, man. Through faith, we believe in Yahweh Bashem Al Shai, and we know that He's going to rescue us out of this, as the Scripture alludes to say, partaker of the glory that shall be revealed. And a part of that glory is what 2 Ezra 2:43. All right, when in the states, roughly paraphrasing, it was Yahweh Shai targeting the rest and placed those crowns on those hopeful, humble, fearful elect. Okay, the Bakayar. But let me continue on. 1 Peter 5:1. The elders which are among you I exhort, whom am also an elder and a witness of the suffering of Mashiach, and also a partaker of the glory that shall be revealed. Feed the flock of Yahawah which is among you. Now, this is a very important job right here. It says feed the flock, man. And our apostles and our elders, which is why we exhort them, they've been doing an excellent job of feeding the flock, man. All right? Sometimes they feed the flock so well. Just short testimony. Here it is. We had Apostle Gabar. You know, he gave he basically, you know what I'm saying, exhorted one of the brothers that's in our camp, man, by reposting his video and adding on to that video. Now that's a testimony within itself. Whenever whenever you have an apostle, a head apostle, and an elder, give props, you know, through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai to a brother like that. So that gave us that push, that fire, and to keep that zeal on us, man. At the same time, remain humble. All right, don't get the big head, you know. But just that push that Yahweh Shai is in the midst, man. All right, because He's been supping with our apostles and our elders for years, man. And for Him to exhort one of our videos, you know what I mean, one of the brothers' videos, that lets you know that Yahweh Shema Shai is in the mix. And it's not the first time, and I'm sure it's happened for other brothers as well. But that's just a big faith booster, man, to keep going, keep pushing, man. All right. It's nowhere to go back to, okay? You can't go backwards, man. Well, you can go backwards, but if you go backwards, man, what's the outcome of that, man? It's death, man. All right, Lord, spew you out His mouth, man. All right, so let's stay on fire. Let's stay on fire. But let me stay on point, because the scripture say 1 Peter 5:2, it says, feed the flock of Yahweh which is among you. Okay, feed the flock good nutritious food, man. Feed the flock the truth, man. All right. We're not gonna give the flock bullshit, man. We're not gonna spray the grass or spray the food that the flock eating with bullshit. Or basically, roughly paraphrasing, sprinkling sugar on shit and then feeding it to the flock, telling them it's powdered donuts, man. That's not what we do here at Great Millstone, man. We giving it to them straight. We starting with the milk, and as we get built up, we give them the bread, all right, and we give them the meat, man. But basically, we cleaning cleaning the whole plate, man. All right, with balance of good nutrition food, man. And what's that balance, man? That balance is warning us about the dietary laws. That balance is warning us about the RFID chip. Okay, that balance is telling us that the voice of the Lord is to the men. All right, not being under the ruditions and the traditions of men, pursuing the Colossians 2:8 of the world, man. All right, we're feeding the flock the proper nutritious balance things, man. All right, but 1 Peter 5:2, feed the flock of Yahweh which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind. All right, you hear that? It says not by constraint, man. All right, that means you can't force the truth on anybody. Either they're gonna receive it or they're not, man. And if they receive it, Brakataya Bashim Yahawashi for them. But if they don't receive them, that means you can't get butt hurt, and you can't don't get all in your feelings like, oh man, this was my homie, he ain't got the truth, man. Hey man, if he was a believer, he would have been there. He would have been here. All right. And also it says oversight thereof. And so if you're feeding the flock and you're oversight, that means you're watching your flock, man. You're watching how your flock is going, and our apostles and our elders has been doing a great job of that, watching how the flock has been going. Because sometimes, what do we have to do when you're watching a flock? All right, and the flock symbolizes the hopeful, humble, fearful elect. Sometimes you got to rebuke. All right, like sometimes when you have a flock of sheep, man, sometimes you might have a sheep go astray, but you have to pull him back in the herd, man. All right, don't let him get eaten up by the wolf, man. And And the scripture say too, it says, but willingly, not for filthy lucre's sake, of a sound mind. Because when you think about filthy lucre's sake, of course, first thought that comes to your mind, roughly paraphrasing, that comes to my mind, is how you have these hirelings that don't care about the flock, man. All right, and they just basically inwardly they are raving as wolves themselves, man, because they're doing things for filthy lucre's sake, man. All right, they're not doing things to please the Lord and try to make sure that the flock is getting fed a proper, balanced, nutritious meal. All right, they're doing things so they can get paid, man, so they can get money. This goes into the hireling, man. All right, but our apostles and our elders, they feed us with rightful nourishment food, man. All right, and when I'm saying that, I'm talking about these scriptures, man, giving us the proper breakdowns, the proper understandings, the knowledge to make sure that we're looking up words and that we're reading and we're seeing it with our own two eyes, man. Pursuing what James 1:22, not being just a hearer of the word, but a doer also, man. All right, a hearer and a doer of the word, which is roughly paraphrasing. All right, 1 Peter 5:3. Let me say 2 again. Feed the flock of Yahawah, which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind, neither as being lords of, neither as being lords over Yahweh's heritage, but being examples to the flock. Okay, and this is key too, man, because if you're going to be basically watching over the flock, you have to lead by example, man. All right, now you can't be telling, hey, flock, don't y'all be eating no pork, or don't y'all be be popping other niggas' women, but yet you're doing it, man. Okay, you're being a hypocrite, man. Like you got these IUIC niggas talking about what you can have sex on the Sabbath, man. That's total blasphemy, man. That's being a total hypocrite, man. And imagine how many niggas amongst that flock are just gonna be like, well, fuck it. You know, the apostles, the elders of IUIC said we can have sex on the Sabbath, so there's no penalty. There's no, man. That's blasphemy, man. This is the importance of, watching over your flock and make sure we're following the statutes and laws and commandments to the best of our ability and not sinning willfully, man. All right, because that's a terrible state of mind to be in, and that's a terrible demon that's on you if you're just sinning willfully, man. Because inevitably, man, the more you think that you're willfully sinning, yeah, that's the more Yahawashi is just kicking your ass out and kicking your ass back into the world, man. All right, because he don't need you, man. All right, I'm always reminded by a statement that the elder Yahawah made, that hey, man, the Lord said he could turn rocks. He can get the rocks to prophesy, man. He don't need us, man. All right, and as the Bishop Hakah said, man, we're worms, man, according to the scriptures, Just quoting some of the things that stay in my mind from some of the elders and some of the elders and some of the some of the elders that I'm around that stay on a regular basis, man. Because Yahweh Shemash, I don't need us. Let me continue on. But being examples to the flock, man. All right? Because when you're in certain positions as elders and apostles, you have to lead by example, man. All right? Because, hey, our people are sadish, man. All right? Our people are sadish, and hey, man, we need that example, man. Okay? But let me continue on. And when the chief shepherd shall appear, ye shall receive a crown of glory that fadeth not away. Okay, now who's that chief shepherd, man? Because our apostles and our elders, right? And brothers that's in higher positions, you're responsible for the flock of Yahweh Shema Shai. You're responsible for the nourishment and for when I'm saying nourishment, I'm talking about that they're receiving the scriptures, the breakdowns, their walk of life is accurate to the best of their ability, man. We're responsible for that, all right? Because as the scriptures say right here, and when the chief shepherd shall appear, you shall receive a crown of glory that fadeth not away. And who's that chief shepherd, man? The chief shepherd is Yahawashi, man. All right, the one who inevitably died for us to have a chance at life and salvation, man. All right, so when he appeared, we want to make sure that we're on point, man. Pursuing what Philippians 2:12, man. When the scriptures say, just roughly paraphrasing, much more in my absence than in my presence, man. All right, so in the absence of the Lord, we want to make sure that we're doing things to the best of our ability to please Yahweh Shema Shai and make sure we're feeding the flock properly to the likeness of Yahweh Shema Shai, okay? Because whenever he's appeared, we're looking to receive that crown of life and glory, pursuing the second Esdras, 2:43, all right, if I'm not mistaken. Matter of fact, I'm calling for it. Let me get it right quick, because when the chief shepherd appears, make sure, this is a prime example, make sure we're on point right here. Okay, yeah, second Esdras 2:43, and in the midst of them there was a young man of high stature, this is Yahawashi, taller than all the rest, and upon every one of their heads he set crowns, and was more exalted, which I marveled at greatly. There you go, man. All right, this is Yahawashi, when he comes on the scene and operates out with those men, beginning with our apostles and our elders, that, hey, we get those crowns, the crown of lives, man. All right, so where we at? First Peter, right? First Peter 5. Shalaki. All right. First Peter 5:4. And when the chief shepherd shall appear, you shall receive a crown of glory that fadeth not. Continuing on, First Peter 5:5. Likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. That's right, man. All you young brothers that's in the faith, okay? Because, hey, as well as myself, man, I'm about 4 or 5 years in now, in this truth, in this walk of life, man. Hey, what do we have to do, man? We have to submit ourselves to our apostles and our elders, man, because these are men that Yahawashi set up, man, to be those examples, man, of how to walk that walk to the best of our abilities, man. And thank the Lord, that we aren't in any of these other bootleg camps, man. That he woke us up to the great millstone apostles and elders, man. All right, men that we know diligently are seeking the Lord 10 times more on a daily basis, man. Men that's on fire for the Lord, man. You can look at their track record and show that they're on fire for the Lord. All right, and they continue to stay on fire for the Lord. Yahawashi. All right. Now the scriptures say, First Peter 5:5. Likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. Ye all of you be subject one to another, and be clothed with humility. You see that? You got to be humble, man. All right. So all these fucking reject niggas that fell out and start calling the apostles and the elders who they learned from by their first names and all kind of other slander names, man. The Lord ain't dealing with you, and you in a bad state of mind, man, because you show no humility, and you just unsubmitted yourself to the men that taught you, man. All right, and these are men that Yahawashi has set up, and with you being disobedient and not obeying, what do you think that the judgment will be? Okay, what do you think is going to be the outcome for you guys, for you rejects, man? All right, but we're not going to dwell on that because, hey, man, that's all in the hands of Yahawashi, and we pretty much know the answer to that, man. All right, for Yahawah resists the proud and giveth grace unto the humble. That's right, man. How about Shemashah ain't dealing with you proud ass niggas, man. All right, and he giving grace to the humble, man. The hopeful, humble, fearful elect, man. He giving us that grace, man. All right. Though we might fuck up, he give us a chance to get it right, man. That's the importance of praying on a daily basis. That's the importance of repenting on a daily basis, all right? That's the importance of, as the scripture saying, Baruch 4:28, man, seeking the Lord 10 times more, man, all right? Because we woke back up to the Lord, right? Scriptures Amos 5:4 says, seek the Lord and live, roughly paraphrasing, all right? Now that we sought the Lord, now it's time to seek him 10 times more, man. All right, learn more about the UFOs, the RFID chips, man, the mark of the beast, man. All right, these chariots, which are the so-called, or which are IFOs, identified flying objects, etc., etc. The laws of Leviticus, man, knowing that you're Israelites, man, so on and so on, man. All right. Verse 6, 1 Peter 5:6. Humble yourselves, therefore, unto the mighty hand of Yahawah, that he may exalt you in due time. All right. Cast all your care upon him, for he care for you. All right. So this is the importance of humbling yourself. All right. To Yahweh Shemashah. All right. Being in order, man. All right. Because, hey, at the end of the day, Yahweh Shemashah cares about the hopeful, humble, fearful elect, man. All right. The ones that fear him, he care about us, man. All right. And that's why we cast all our cares, because there's nothing in this world to hold on to. That's why we cast everything on Yahweh Shemashah, because we know in due time, hey, man, Lord willing, we those men, we're going to get that crown of life, man. That this walk is not going to be in vain, all right? And we believe it, man. We believe it, okay? This ain't nothing that we just saying, hey, man, we hope. Nah, we believe it, man. Wholeheartedly, full-heartedly, man, all right? But, just stop right there, man, through the spirit. Like I said, I was just on a little walk. I was just thinking. And I'm going to end it right there, man. All right, so my phone about to die. So with that being said, I'm going to say, call I am La Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and our elders here at Great Millstone for teaching us this truth and rule well. And Shalawam to the hope, humble, fearful, sincere elect Yahawashi across the four corners of this earth, pushing this word with our righteousness and sincerity. Shalawam.